sponsored by Sherwood Forest Fair. It is an 8-weekend medieval spectacle that returns to Central Texas each year, and we are ready to step back in time with the magic of Sherwood Forest Fair. We've got two very famous people, Robin Hood and Maid Marian, here in the studio to tell us more about it. Good day.
Good day. Well said.
Robin, opening weekend is going to be really exciting. You've got some special guests. Tell us about it.
Yes, indeed. We've got all kinds of special guests all over all of our stages. However, our very, very special guests are the Wellermen, who'll be playing at our pirate ship stage, the Argosy stage. And they'll be here only on our first weekend, so get your tickets now and come camping with us for the Wellermen all weekend long.
And archery is a pretty big deal at Sherwood Forest Fair. Tell us about that.
Yes, we have our archers who are shooting in the jousting field. They're doing tournaments, they're winning prizes, and it's beautiful. If you haven't seen real live English longbow, you must see it.
2 archery tournaments per day, and you can shoot archery as well, as we have 2 or 3, at least 2 or 3 places you can shoot archery yourself.
And you may purchase a bow as well if you really get the excitement of it. You need one to bring home.
Is there one this beautiful?
Oh, this old thing, I only shoot it when I don't care where they land.
Okay, let's talk about jousting, because archery, a big sport in medieval times, but jousting is a pretty big deal as well, and there's some money on the line.
Yes, indeed. We have full contact jousting happening every day at the Joust Arena at Sherwood Forest Fair. However, on our penultimate weekend, that's our 7th weekend, we will have 6 to 8 nights competing for a $1,000 purse, and instead of any other activity they may do on that joust field, they just break lance after lance after lance.
And then, Marian, is there anything else that you'd like to mention about what makes Sherwood Forest Fair so magical?
I think to me it is our community. We not only on the off season we have volunteer weekends where all of our beautiful friends come and help do things like paint the stages or clean the gardens and things like that, and those people return year after year and make our village just so full of heart and love.
I can borrow your bow, Robin, real
certainly.
quickly here. Oh, I feel very fancy handling this. And if you wouldn't mind breaking out your bugle, there we go.
Not at all.
Whenever you're ready, my friend.
A fanfare in honor of thee.
Tally-ho! Plan your trip to the 17th annual Sherwood Forest Fair, open weekends starting February 28th at sherwoodforestfair.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Sherwood Forest Fair.
The Coca-Cola Sips and Sounds Music Festival is coming up on March 13th and 14th over at Auditorium Shores right here in Austin. And one of the incredible featured local acts, Caroline Hell, joins me now in studio. Good morning, Caroline. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so with musicians, I always love to know your origin story. Like, why did you want to do music, and why is this what you knew you would maybe do with your life?
Honestly, you should ask my parents. I decided I wanted to play guitar when I was 8 years old and never stopped. I mean, we were in the prime time for Disney Channel is what I tell a lot of people.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And so I think that had a much bigger impact on me than I thought it did.
Who were some of your favorites?
I mean, Hannah Montana.
Of course.
Cheetah Girls, Camp Rock.
Yes. We really grew up in like the best era for that, I feel.
Yeah,
like.
we
Okay,
did.
sidebar, I have to ask, how are you feeling about the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary?
I'm so excited.
It's life-changing.
Like, I need to look into it more. I've just seen it like on social media and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be incredible, obviously, but I need to learn more about it.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe this answer you kind of already gave me, but who would you say maybe are some of your earliest influences as far as music goes?
Oh gosh, I mean, I listened to a ton of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
A ton of, pop music. I'm from San Antonio, so also a lot of country music, like the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah.
Casey Musgraves has always been a big influence for me. A lot of 70s music, like Linda Ronstadt. Emmylou Harris, some Sheryl Crow.
I love that blend.
It's kind of all over the place.
I think it makes you a really unique singer though in that way, having that kind of mesh of influences. Now, as I understand, you did attend and graduate right here at UT here in Austin. So how would you say your time at UT really impacted your musicality and your songwriting skills?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was a rhetoric and writing major.
Okay.
And so that obviously kept me writing whether I liked it or not.
Yeah.
And I mean, I write all my songs off of, personal lived experiences. So it was really important for me to go out and live my life and test out new relationships and make new friends and, be a college girl.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, one of the greatest pieces of advice I ever received was from someone who said, like, don't be scared to make something where you're at. Like, live out your dreams and, like, build up your career where you're at. And you've done a really good job of doing that right here in Texas. What has that meant to you to be able to kind of live out your dreams right here in the Austin and San Antonio areas?
I mean, I love it. It's home for me.
Yeah.
It's so comfortable, but it's also, Austin is always changing. It's always moving. And San Antonio is, a place of comfort for me, which is also amazing.
Yeah,
so
it's just you get to do what you love right here in your backyard.
Exactly.
It's really special. Yeah.
It is.
Now, the end of last fall, you released your latest single, Blame You. Tell me about writing and creating this one.
Oh, it was so much fun. I actually made that song off of a drum beat. And then,
Whoa.
and then it kind of progressed into what is now my latest single. But it's really just about trying to navigate the end of a relationship and how I'm feeling about it and how they might be feeling about it, and realizing that they're not the only ones to blame.
Right, a lot of relatable themes in there for a lot of people, I'm sure. Now, as mentioned, you're a part of the Sips and Sounds Festival coming up in a few weeks. You're night 2, one of the acts. So how excited are you to be a part of this, and what can we expect?
I'm so beyond excited and honored to have been asked to be a part of this.
Yeah.
I mean, the acts that are on this are just, people I've been listening to forever.
Yeah.
And to see my name on that lineup is pretty surreal. I would just expect to come see a really fun full band show.
Yeah.
We may or may not be playing a new song or two.
Ooh,
we'll see.
deep tease.
But yeah, my band is incredible. I brag on them every single chance I get. So if you hate me, just come see my band. They're incredible. They are great. I hope to, make some new fans and meet some new people, meet some new friends, and, just do what this music thing is.
Yeah, a great team makes all the difference. I'm lucky to work with a great team here, so I totally get that. Now, what else is on the horizon for this year, maybe kind of beyond this festival in March?
I'm really focusing on putting out new music.
Yeah.
I have 2 new songs that are basically done, and so now it's just about rolling them out at the right times.
Yeah.
And I would hope to think that I have a full-length project on the horizon, not too far away.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds so exciting. Now, you've done so much in your kind of young career already, but what's like maybe the long-term goal for you? Where do you kind of hope all this hard work takes you?
Yeah, regardless if one person likes my music or if 20 people or if 1 million people like it, I am just so grateful to have an outlet for myself to really pour my thoughts into and my emotions into. And if it relates to other people and other people connect with it, I'm so grateful for that. And I hope that I'm given the opportunity to continue doing that.
For sure. And I always think, like, even if it just impacts one person, it was worth it.
Exactly.
Right?
It's kind of like when you post something on Instagram or TikTok and you're like, oh, this only got 1 like or 1 comment. And you're like, well, okay, you know what?
It impacted one person.
One person liked it.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Okay, well, speaking of Instagram, how can people keep up with you and your music?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Caroline Hale Music.
Okay.
I'm also on TikTok. I think the handle is also Caroline Hale Music, but I would fact check myself.
Yeah.
And I have a website, carolinehale.com. You can go on there and see all my music and all my upcoming shows. We play live a lot around Austin and in San Antonio as well, and hopefully make our way up to Houston and Fort Worth and Dallas and all those other Texas cities.
Yeah, plenty of ways to stay connected, it sounds like. Well, you guys, you can catch Caroline Hale on the Coca-Cola Sips and Sounds Festival stage on Saturday, March 14th, and keep up with her and her music on all social platforms.
In my opinion, it's an underrated time of the year. It's spring just around the corner, but already the weather's so nice. So it's a perfect time to visit the Texas Wine Trail. Heath Sparkling Wines chef Ivan Knapp is here to tell us all about their new food and wine pairing menu. And we're happy to have him in the studio. Chef, good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Let's talk about your inspo for this menu because it's really fun. You flip things on their head.
Yeah. I decided let's have a dinner party. But we're adults. We're going to have dessert first. So
Yes.
We're going to start off with a little cake. We're going to go into hummus. We're going to do some almonds and then a caprese cheesecake. kind of flipping the order here today.
Okay, so cheesecake still happens at the end, but it actually goes savory.
Absolutely.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah.
And you've given me an adorable baby fork, so I'm going to dig in.
Absolutely.
And while I do that, why don't you explain to me a little bit about this cake and the first tasting we're
So
doing?
this is Porto Calopita. So this is a Greek cake that is typically very citrus driven. But what we did here route-wise, we went more tropical and went pineapple and coconut with
Two thumbs up.
Cherry cajeta, actually. And it goes really well with this 2021 Blanc de Blanc.
Oh, it does. Actually, because the wine's not quite so sweet.
Yeah.
And you get all that sweetness and all that tropical fruit coming from the cake. Really balanced
And
as
the
well.
way it pops the citrus there on the finish.
Yeah,
Absolutely beautiful.
gorge. Okay.
yeah.
Not like I wasn't already invested, but I'm loving this.
Heck
Okay.
yeah.
So the next thing we're doing, I love your little crackers. They've got an
Thank
HID
you.
sparkling wine.
That it does. And believe it or not, that is just chicken and potato starch and seasonings. It's less
Look at how cute.
ingredients than those wild brand chips there at HEB. So,
Oh my goodness.
and it's paired with a harissa yogurt and a carrot hummus. And what it does to the euphoria is a little floral and very stone fruit driven. And what it does is it makes some of those things pop. The bubbles get a little louder for me.
Wow.
The wine gets a little drier. And I kind of like that simple beauty makes it really an elegant wine.
I need to sit next to you when things are being described because when you say it, I'm like, you're right. The bubbles do feel louder, and it's such a difference. I mean, I know we're talking about sparkling wines, but this wine is so different than
It
the last
is.
one I just had, and it pairs so well together.
Absolutely. And not only is it great with a hummus, there's a little bit of heat in that harissa, so anything spicy you do will kill it with that guy.
All right, so the next thing we're talking about is something that you guys are actually known for,
Yes,
and it's
we
your
are.
herbed almonds. People come clamoring.
Absolutely, yeah. We actually have a club that focuses on those almonds. So if you're ever a member with us at any of our brands, you have the ability to add a bag on to your allocation. And what we've done here today is with the ebullience, this Pinot Grigio done Ramato style.
That's Ramato
So
style.
we take a white grape, we crush it and leave it on its skin. And that skin contact with the juice is what the Italians call Ramato, meaning copper in Italian.
I knew I was going to learn a lot from you today.
A little bubbling education, right?
Okay, yeah,
And
so-
so you've got 3 different almonds. You've got
Okay.
the original ones covered in herbes de Provence, olive oil, and salt. And then those same almonds coated in chocolate and powdered sugar. We've basically closed the loop on your childhood. Remember puppy chow?
Of course.
So,
It's
yeah.
actually, do you know it's actually one of the top recipes that I bring to things?
Really?
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
like a recipe down. It's like 5 ingredients. It knocks people out every single time. So
right.
puppy chow, I'm here
You
for.
can elevate and close the loop on that childhood. And then we've taken those same herbed almonds and coated them in a nutritional yeast mix to get that kind of dairy-free profile. So I think it's really beautiful wine that goes great with a lot of cheese boards, smoked meats, and creamy pastas. And what better way than to have 3 different almonds to pair at your discretion.
Talk to me about the flavors in this sparkling wine that I'm just having, because the way it goes so well with savory elements, I'm like really impressed by.
Citrus it takes over, and I think it marries really beautiful with anything savory. What it does is it makes the wine a little brighter. That one tends to be a little louder, and I can always get most of my friends that don't drink wine into sparkling with this guy here specifically.
Ebullience.
Yeah, it means cheerful.
Cheerful.
Yeah,
Okay.
because by the
Well, it's-
third glass-
Now it's becoming like a terminology lesson, everybody. We're learning a lot today.
And if you don't
Italian-
feel cheerful by the third one, have the fourth, okay? And if the fourth one doesn't do it, please go to bed.
Go
all
to
right?
bed. We've got an entire prescribed list of things that you should get up to. All right, so I'm so interested by this, the caprese cheesecake. So what you've just poured for me, this is looking a little bit more pink.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a Pinot Noir Rosé. This is Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, Pinot Grigio, and Pinot Gris make up this blend. It's really red fruit heavy, like strawberry, pomegranate, and cranberry. It's beautiful in the holiday season. It's great with a cut of red meat or a pork chop, but I'm a sweet person. I love my sweets and desserts. So I decided to marry sweet and savory and take a balsamic cheesecake.
Look at
and then the
this.
pearls on top are the basil and tomato.
That is so
So
cool.
you're
Look
getting,
at that. I mean, that honestly looks like it could be sushi. Do you know
Almost,
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, look at how gorgeous that is. Like, you've done a little gastronomy there. Like
little bit,
Yeah,
yeah.
by making into pearls and
Absolutely,
things like that.
and it was a fun way to keep something shelf stable, but also kind of play with the mind a little bit. And the crust is gluten free. It's sweet, it's savory, but what it does to the wine
Wow.
is it keeps it true to itself. It makes those notes I was talking about earlier, if anything, pop a little louder.
Okay, that is one way to end a taste. That
Heck
was
yeah.
gorgeous.
Appreciate
Wow.
it. Appreciate it.
Everything is absolutely delicious. But to be kind of like fooled by your senses with the cheesecake at the end, really fun.
Set up for something else mentally, and
Yeah.
I love how it takes a left turn.
Yeah, absolutely. Really
Yeah.
cool stuff. Okay, so talk to me about how long people have to enjoy this tasting. I actually booked you a couple weeks ago. We weren't able to get you in on time. I was supposed to be
Yeah.
one of the first people to try
I know,
this.
and
but-
you've given us plenty of time to get it hammered out. and
all
smooth.
right, I'm happy to hear that. But how long do people have?
Till May, and then
Okay.
I'll go into our summer menu, which I'm already pretty much ready to rock and roll with as well. So
You are
very
working.
excited for that. Oh yeah.
And then not only that, but you did make a mention of membership. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that we touch on that because Heath Sparkling Wines is in itself something that you can be a member of.
Yes, ma'am.
But then also you guys have a family of brands.
Yes. So you have the ability as a member of Heath Sparkling to have access to Grape Creek, Invention, Coleman, and your discount crosses those brands. And membership is open-ended, and as long as you love having beautiful wines show up to your house, we can ship them right to your door or to a Walgreens.
And there's, I know because my brother and sister-in-law are Grape Creek members, they go and pick up very often, and that's maybe a good idea for a Texas summer, right?
Absolutely. Bubbles will help you out through the entire summer. Our final allocation for sparkling hits in May and gives you 6 weeks to come to any of the properties to pick them up. And at that time, utilize the restaurant or any of the patios, people watch, drink some good wine, and eat some good food.
Oh, you know how to sell a good time.
It's the Bubbles do it themselves.
All right, Chef. Thank you so much for your time and delicious setup. I loved it.
Appreciate it. I'm glad you loved it.
Okay.
I'm glad to be here.
Guys, learn more about Heath Family Brands at heathsparklingwines.com.
Baz Luhrmann's epic Elvis in Concert is coming to theaters worldwide, and the renowned director joins me now. Good morning, Baz. How are you?
I'm good, Blake. I'm good.
Well, I'm so excited to be speaking with you. My first question for you is, how did your fascination and work with kind of everything with Elvis begin? Because obviously, in addition to this documentary, you were also the person behind the critically acclaimed film from a few years ago.
Yeah, as a kid, we had this cinema in this isolated town, so I used to see the movies, and I thought, oh, cool man, what a cool guy. And then when I was ballroom dancing, I think he dropped Burning Love, so I used to drive out to that, think, wow. But then I had other musical tastes, opera and Bowie and all this sort of thing. But he was always there. Then I made the movie because I thought he was such a great subject to explore America. But this is not what this is. Epic is something different. It was accidental. I was looking for a lost reel of film. We go literally into salt mines in Kansas City, and we find 65 boxes of never before seen 35mm anamorphic footage. That 16mm of the tour, 8mm, and with Peter Jackson, I bring it back to this incredible quality, and we build a soundtrack. And what's happening is you're literally seeing audiences clapping, getting up in their seat. It's like being absolutely in a concert with Elvis.
Mm-hmm. Well, in addition to what you just said, what kind of new lens do you think this film provides into maybe what we know or learn about Elvis?
Look, even hardcore fans, EP core as we call them, they're going he's so funny and goofy and kind of like human. He says in the film, there's the image and there's the man. And in this film, you really get to know Elvis the man, and of course, then there's the power of the music.
Yeah, I mean, it's super impactful for a lot of people. And, I'm curious too, you talked about, getting the old footage. What did acquiring this footage mean to you? Because we saw a little snippet of it in the film, and then obviously now this is kind of spotlighted in this documentary.
Well, I was able to, it was owned by Warner's and then but we also had to get the sound from all sorts of sources. And some very private collectors actually, very private, helped us out. Some we had to buy kind of on the black market. There's a big black market in sound. But then we were able to, the voice and everything coming off the stage is strong. I had to re-strengthen some of the orchestrations, and the Sweet Inspirations were wonderful in it. We did a fantasy gospel moment there with that. And there's some new remixes. There's some actual new Elvis tracks in this documentary where we've taken 3 Elvis songs and made new songs. And that's on the album, which is available now too. So people are like, Honestly, I kid you not. They're like, get the album. The album's blown up. I love the Bad Bunny, but it knocked Bad Bunny off from #1, you know? So that's pretty good. That was back in the charts. How about that?
That's pretty incredible. A brand new documentary and some brand new music. We love to hear that as Elvis fans. Now, as you've kind of teased here, Elvis was a complicated man in many lot of layers. There was a lot to his story, obviously, even kind of his young life. Boz, do you feel like maybe the way you see him or view him or thought of him has been impacted by all the work you've done?
Yeah, I was changed, and I think even hardcore fans are really changed. Even ones that think they knew him are going, I feel so close because, he says there's the image and then there's the man. And in this film, you get to know the man. And there's great humanity, humility, empathy. Like he just does not judge. He sings a song, before you criticize, judge, or abuse, walk a mile in my shoes. That's the man, that's the heart. And right now we could do with a bit of that. And he unites generations. Like I just read out a thing and text, social media. A mum last night took two 20-year-old and 22-year-old daughter, and at the end, they didn't care about all this. She said, well, I know what you want to do, don't you? You want to go straight back in and see it again, and they did. This weekend is epic weekend, and Elvis is uniting generations and people, and that I love. That I love.
Yeah, absolutely. We need more of that, as you kind of said. Well, I love that. We know the image, but now we get to know the man. Epic Elvis in Concert is in theaters everywhere now. Baz, thank you so much for your time.
Great, man, very cool.
Studio 512 is celebrating this morning. We've got a birthday to share. Today is Brian M. Gray's birthday. Brian's mom, Kelly, wrote in to share some lovely pictures of his younger days with us. Kelly says, happy birthday, Brian. Have the best day ever. Miss you. Love, Mom. Happy birthday from all of us here at Studio 512, Brian, and we hope for a wonderful year ahead for you. Folks, if you've got something you'd like to celebrate, send it on over for a chance at an on-air shout-out. Studio 512 at KXAN.com.
Over the span of 2 seasons, Severance has forever altered the office drama genre. And joining me now is the actress who stars as Helly, Britt Lauer. Good morning, Britt. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm doing well. I'm here in the blizzard in Brooklyn, just watching the snow like slowly accumulate out my window.
Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully you're staying safe and warm. Excited to be speaking with you. Now, what's it like for you playing the duality of a character who quite literally is living 2 very different lives and it's essentially 2 different people, but in one body?
It's a great question that I love unpacking, and there's like so many different ways to answer. But what it's like is kind of like I'm a DJ, and both of the characters have different genres of music, and I'm working on which one I'm playing at any given time, which one is like cross-referencing the other one, which one is doing a bad cover of the other song, and really, yeah, working with the pacing and tempo.
In what ways do you feel like maybe you had to prep for Helly differently for season 2 versus season 1? Because things really intensify in the second season, I think, within her character and just storyline overall.
Yeah, so season 2, I actually came back to actual Heliar a little bit later in the season, and so there was this kind of unusual process of feeling like I was doing a disservice to her, doing the kind of Russian doll in character within a character, without spoiling too much. Yeah, she's really coming back to an environment that she hasn't been present for and playing catch up. So she's really had the rug pulled out from under her. Her innie has really been tricking her friends, and it's not a good scene when she comes back.
Yeah, it's rough, but man, it is so good. And what I think is interesting too is we haven't really seen a concept like this before, right? And it really does, it's kind of like genre bending in a way to me. So in what ways do you think the show kind of maybe challenges our work-life balance, ideals in the real world? Because that is something that I think is really kind of touched on, really spotlighted within the show.
Mm. I often think about, the relationship that we have with ourselves, with our own
Mm.
inner voice, and um, the outie versus the innie. Like the outie's voice is the one who like gets to have a say in how this person operates. But what about that inner child? What about that part of yourself that is suppressed or not getting to be out in the world or expressed in a full way? What are the ways in which we're like really being cruel to ourselves by suppressing that inner rebel, or that inner spark that you see in all of the innies when they are on the severance floor. I think they all have this kind of wonderful innocence and beginner mentality that I think we could all really afford to explore a little bit more.
Yeah, I've never thought about it that way. That's actually really interesting on just like such a humanistic level. Now, this show has been iconic for so many reasons, and one thing that really is just like taken the social media world by storm is the kind of like Heliar and Mark runs throughout the Severance halls. Did you ever imagine something as simple as that or crazy as that would become something so important to the fan base for the show?
Oh my gosh, the importance of running through the halls.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we do so much of it on the show.
Yeah.
It's like at the core of, I mean, it was really important for me to get the footwear right in season one, because season one, Helly is running a lot through the halls, and our costume designer, Sarah Edwards, put me in their Italian dance shoes. And so they had a nice grip, and even though they were heels, I'm able to run in them. And so I don't know if we knew that it would spark people's imagination quite as much as it has, but we're glad. Running is great.
Yeah. Yeah. We, as the fan base, don't have a lot of details on the third season yet, but is there anything you can tell me about maybe where you hope to see Helly's journey go in the third season?
Oh man, again, like a question I could really unpack for a long time. I'm always curious about what they're going to be up to. Every time you read a script from these writers, it's like Christmas morning. It's like, oh God, what do we get to do? It's going to be so fun. It's like making and solving a puzzle at the same time. So I guess all I can say is like, I'm in a state of curiosity and mystery, just like the fans. I don't really know where anything is going, but I'm hungry for it.
Yeah, I love that. Well, we're all hungry for it, and we'll all find out together. Britt, thank you so much for your time this morning. You can catch up on all episodes of Severance now on Apple TV+. Well, good morning and thanks for joining us here on Studio 512. You guys, believe it or not, spring break is just around the corner, and we had to call in our friendly travel expert. Adina Anderson joins us with some hot tips to get you through spring break. Good to see you, friend. How are you?
I am wonderful. A little exhausted from last week.
I know, but speaking of, I'm elated that you're here because you just went on this fabulous trip and you're going to walk us all through it. So tell me about this incredible park you did, or this incredible trip you did through some national parks.
So it's called the Mighty Five. It's in Utah,
Yeah.
and it is the perfect thing for a spring break trip because you can hit all 5 national parks in 1 week.
Yeah.
Yes. So we started with Canyonlands.
Canyonlands,
Yeah.
okay.
So we drove out of Salt Lake City. So the best thing is just to fly into Salt Lake City and then head out.
Did you love Salt Lake? I've never been.
I love Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of the altitude because you're over 5,000. So you got to get your breathing in because
Things to
we'll
think
talk about that.
Yes.
But yeah, Texans going to high altitude, yes. But we started with Arches and with Canyonlands, and it was amazing. We went to Mesa Arch, which is the most photographed arch in the world.
So we've probably seen it before.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
It's probably a windows desktop background. Yeah.
Yes. We went to Dead Horse Point. We went to Grand View. I mean, we just went to so many. I mean, look at these photos and videos.
Stunning.
It was, everywhere we turned, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
The hiking, I think we're hiking out to Mesa Arch here. That's it. That's the most photographed arch
There it is.
in the world. And Jeeps go out to these. So there was a lot of
What?
Jeep. I know, I'm like, I don't have my Jeep and I want to go drive this. So there's a lot of Jeep trails through Moab and Canyonlands. It's one of the most visited. You know, they have the Easter Safari. So yeah, there's a lot there.
Okay, I have to ask you on a more personal note real quick. I do know you flew on this trip, which is a big deal for you.
Yes.
Did you feel a little lost without your Jeep? Because you are a big road trip gal.
Yeah, and someone else was driving on this tour.
Oh,
so I'm
no.
like, not only do I have to fly there, but I got to sit in the back of a van.
Oh my God, relinquishing all control. Look at new year, new Adzina, you guys. I love this. Okay, and then you also checked out Arches National Park. Tell me about this one.
Yes, so Arches, oh my gosh, so Delicate Arch about killed me. And this is where one of my tips come in.
Okay.
We are kind of at sea level here in Texas,
Sure.
right? Like we're not really, when you go there, take your oxygen, take something. It was rough. It was elevation. It was, I think, about 2.5. We walked 21,000 feet that day.
Wow.
So it was intense, but I'm so proud of myself. Some of the
Yes,
angles,
you should
like
be.
take hiking poles.
Oh, that's a great photo of you.
There's the arch, the Delicate Arch. That's like a really famous, I think that's on the Utah license plate.
Okay.
So like that is the place to go if you're going to go. And I'm glad we did it in the beginning of the trip because holy cow, did it about kill me.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh my gosh,
Yes,
I
and so
could
we
not
went
imagine.
to Landscape Arch and we went to Double Arch. There's a lot. Obviously, it's called Arches for a reason.
Yeah.
They have, I think they said over 2,000 arches.
2,000.
Yeah, 90 that you can really check out. But
It's like truly the land of arches.
it really is, yes. And the food in all the places we went was amazing.
Was
I
it?
was really surprised. And we didn't hit any like fancy
Yeah.
places. We hit the local places. So
And that's
always
how it
ask the
should be
locals.
done. Yes. Okay, and then next you checked up Goblin Valley. Tell me about this one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so as we're driving into it, I was like, this looks really familiar. Galaxy Quest was filmed there. If you've never seen it, you got to see
All right,
Galaxy
check that
Quest.
out.
It looks like little goblins, and that's why it's called
Oh my
Goblin Valley.
gosh.
And it's kind of cool because the wind created this.
It
the
looks
wind
like a
and the
different
water.
planet a
It
little
does.
bit. You know what I mean?
And we had, I think, 10 of us on this trip. And as we're out there, I didn't see any of them because we kind of just explored on our own.
Okay.
We were out there for an hour and a half. I didn't see one other person. It was so weird.
It was truly choose your own adventure.
Yes, it definitely was. But it was a great little fun place. And you can see the Rocky Mountains from that area.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And then Capitol Reef.
Yes.
So at the end of the trip, we all asked, what was your favorite park? This was my favorite.
Was
this was
it?
Grand Wash. The petroglyphs were amazing. And so, and I've got a shout out to Lucy, my roommate. I got the
Hey,
lotto.
Lucy.
She's actually out there again this week, and oh my gosh, she knows her petroglyphs, and so we just had such a good time. But Grand Wash, that was an easy hike. It was about 2 miles. It's flat. There's not much elevation, so it's a great hike for people that don't really want to like climb into the mountains and things like that.
Okay, very good. And then you went to the Grand Seekers Escalante National
It's a mouthful,
Monument.
isn't it? I know.
Oh my gosh, that was a lot to get out, and I messed it up. But anyway, tell me about this one.
It was beautiful. Now that's a national park site, so
Okay.
I kind of got 6 on this trip. I was
Woo,
really excited
yeah.
about that. But it was kind of snowing, and it was beautiful. As
That's
you're-
like what you want when you're out
I
there.
know,
Yeah, it's perfect.
It was wonderful, and we got to the top of it, and you look down, and it's the Colorado River, the Green River, like everything combining on this trip. It was absolutely beautiful.
Okay, and then the last two, Bryce Canyon and Zion.
Yeah, so Bryce, we had snow. We hiked in the snow. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Great town, lots to do there. And then Zion. Everybody goes to Zion. I will tell you,
course.
right now is the best time to go because it wasn't busy until you get to Zion.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
And so there we are driving through the snow to catch we tried to catch the sunrise in Bryce Canyon, but it was snowing. There I am. That's the sun
Sure.
coming up. Can you
Yeah,
tell? You know,
you get it. Hey, you still did it.
we did it. But Zion, oh, it was just everywhere you look. And they have the big tunnel that you go. I think it's a little over 2 mile tunnel that you go through.
Yeah.
And you come out and it's like, it was just so
It's
pretty.
so picturesque.
And Angel's
yes.
Landing, definitely, you have to have a permit, first of all. You have to get in a lottery to get onto it. I would never do it. It's very intense. You're walking across, but if you're an avid hiker, go for it. You're hanging
No.
on to chains.
I'm there for the good times and the vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah, nope.
And the town of Springdale, which is right outside Zion,
Okay.
was a great town. We hit a couple little pubs
Yeah.
and some restaurants. It's a great little town. Look at the food. Was
Oh,
phenomenal.
beautiful. Yes.
Local charcuterie. But Zion's definitely, I would spend 2 days there.
Okay, good to
if
know.
you could go back.
Okay, now speaking of, you have some travel tips for us if you're going to do a
Yes.
trip kind of like this. So what do you
Yes.
have for us?
Hiking poles, which I forgot to bring mine, but hiking
okay.
poles you definitely want to get.
Okay.
If you're doing the passport at the national parks, take
Oh,
take
that's
some
so cute. I
papers or
love
something.
that.
You get your little
Yeah.
stamp and
Okay.
collect them. Get maps because there's not a lot of Wi-Fi,
Helpful.
so get paper maps. Get anything you can from the visitor center. This is my #1 savior here. Now you can't take this on the plane, so I had to buy some when I got there, and I keep this at home. But oxygen.
Yeah. It's important.
It's no
yeah.
joke.
We always use that one in the mountains too. Absolutely.
Yes, and water will be your best friend.
Another thing I see here is sunscreen, which I know sounds goofy in the mountains, but it's a necessity.
Yes, because you're at higher altitude, so
Yeah.
you're closer to the sun. I know that sounds silly, but you really are, and it's easy to get sunburn up there.
Yeah, I think it's good. Okay, and then also we've got some liquid IV and some lotions over here.
Yes, definitely. So this will keep you hydrated, and I'm still recuperating, but the skin gets dry, especially if you're from Texas, because it is so dry there.
Yes.
So I have the Formula 55, and they have all these beautiful scents, and I absolutely love. So you can put these in your checked baggage. Go on the trip with you. You smell good while you're out there.
Yeah, I know. Dina put some on before the show, and I was like, smells so good. Okay, we're just about out of time, but really quick, you have a big trip coming up, a new state you're visiting. Tell us what's happening.
Yeah, so I only have 2 states left, Hawaii and Alaska, and I'm going to Alaska.
Woo! We're so excited for you.
Yes, it's not going to be till May.
Okay.
But I'm really excited. We're
It'll
gonna
be here
on a
before we know it.
It will.
Yeah.
You know, I'm already prepping. So.
Yeah, as you should. Well, Adina, thank you for being here as always. We appreciate it. You guys, for more tips from Adina, visit travellifewithadina.com or follow along on social media at Adina Anderson.
We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin.